We're 1 point behind AC Milan, 1 point ahead of Juventus. We play them both today. Let's get into it. Yes, hello and welcome into Livestreams Sports here for another episode of Glory Hunter. Still here with Roma. We've reached the January transfer window. Nothing's happened transfer-wise yet, but today we do play up against Milan, who you can see are in second, and Juventus, who are in fourth. It's very tight up the top of the table. 4 points separating the top four sides. Very close indeed. So if you are enjoying the series so far, please do leave a like on the video, and if you are new around here, hit the subscribe button so you do not miss an episode. I think this is going to be a tight title race. You do not want to miss it. So make sure and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Since we last met, we've played one game. We beat Fiorentina 2-0. Nice and simple. We move on and play the two important games today. AC Milan are our first opponents. You can see we're playing right there, 8:30 at night on the Sunday night. Inter Milan play tomorrow at home to Lazio, so they could drop points in that one. So it's vitally important that we win today. Looking at the statistics for the league, our average ratings, top two average rating stars are Abraham and Sesko. Our two strikers are doing well, and that's impressive, seeing Sesko's hardly score any goals for us. Abraham, his rating's so good because he scored 16 goals in 17 matches. He's doing pretty well for us. And Kepa's not doing bad in goal either. 10 clean sheets in 17 is not bad for a player who I think some of you weren't so sure about when he arrived at the club. But hey, he's done fairly well since he's arrived here. Let's get into this game against AC Milan though. They've only lost one game all season. That game was against Lazio. We beat Lazio in the last episode. So let's see if we can beat AC Milan today. In the game against Fiorentina, Romagnoli did get himself sent off, so he is missing today's game. So the defence looks a little bit different than it did before. Kepa will be in goal. Zagadou, Lindelof and Kimpembe are the three at the back today. Dallo on the right, Christensen on the left. Rice alongside Camavinga and Rice in midfield. Rice is taking that spot off of Pellegrini in recent days. And you can see that Pellegrini has had a bid on him as well. So we'll see what happens. We might be losing Pellegrini in this window. Maybe bring in someone else in another position if we need that to happen. But let's not talk about transfers just now. Let's talk about this game. So it's Rice, Camavinga and Rice in midfield. And obviously Abraham and Sesko up top. Let's get into it. Let's start off this episode. Let's start off January with a win. This is our first game back after our winter break, so hopefully we're not too rusty. And obviously, AC Milan, current defending champions of SerieA, so it's not going to be an easy one, but let's see what we can do. Well, so far we're half an hour in. There's not been a highlight in the game. You can see there's been a few chances over there, but very low expected goals. And Rice plays it forward to Dallo on this right-hand side. Can he get it in the middle? We find Sesko. No. The goalkeeper just rises up above him there and collects the ball. And will he play it long? No, he plays it short to Tomori. And now it goes long. But Kimpembe intercepts it. And Camavinga finds Rice. Back to Lindelof and Zagadou. And forward to Camavinga. And out to Christensen. He's one-on-one against the right back here. Can he get past him? No, he plays it back into Rice. And now Rice, who loses the ball to Kessie. And there's a chance for AC Milan to break away here. Leao forward to Malin. Can he score? No, he can. He's over the bar. Kepa made himself big there. That was a pretty poor bit of play in the midfield as we gave the ball away. But we've reached half time. The score is 0-0. We're holding on at the moment. I mean, a draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world, but I would quite like the win. And here is the second highlight of the game. Lindelof finds Rice and Rice, and it's down to Dallo. Can he get in the middle? Finds Sesko. Headed away by Tomori, and Brahim Diaz comes away with the ball now. Down this right-hand side by Camavinga. Kimpembe with a good sliding challenge, and Tonali has it now. And Malin comes forward. Brahim Diaz. Kessie forward to Malin, and Kepa just dives at his feet. It was never going to save it there. Just stay upright, and he'd have probably stopped the ball from going in. But he tried to take it away from his feet. It's going to VAR. Is it going to be awarded? No, it's been disallowed. Never mind what I said, Kepa. You were doing absolutely fine. The ball was offside. Yes, indeed it was. Kessie with a through ball to Malin. Disallowed for offside. There's half an hour to go, and there's been some pretty poor performances in this team. One of those being Kimpembe. In fact, all the defence are playing pretty poorly. Dallo's not having a great game on the right either, so we'll bring on Kalulu for him. And looking into the midfield, What else can we do? Reece not playing great, so we'll bring on Pellegrini for him with half an hour to go, and let's see how this second half progresses. We've been dominant so far in terms of shots, but we've not really got to see those. McKennie has come on for Camavinga at the end of this game, and it looks like we're going to somehow get to the end of the game without another highlight. It's going to be a draw, and that was a fairly boring way to start off this episode. You can see nobody played particularly well. 0-0. We probably should have won it looking at the match stats, but we'll take a 0-0 draw against the league holders, I suppose, and we'll see how Inter Milan do the next day. It keeps us just a point behind Milan, but Inter could pull 5 points clear of us if they win their game against Lazio tomorrow. So here we are on the Monday night. Can Inter Milan beat Lazio, or can Lazio take some points off the league leaders? It's a draw. They've taken some points off them, and we've drawn with AC. Inter have drawn with Lazio. Basically, it's as it was. We're still 3 points behind Inter. It's a very important game we have against Juventus in just a couple of days' time. We've got to make sure we win that and keep some pressure up on the two Milan sides. As we progress on, AC Milan played a game midweek for some reason when none of the rest of us are, and they did win that one against Verona 2-0. So they're currently top of the table, but they have played a game more than ourselves, Inter and Juventus. Right, so here we are, ready for our game away to Juventus. It's been a fairly boring week apart from that AC Milan game I was mentioning. So here is the team we're going to go with. Romagnoli is back from his suspension, so he takes his place in the back line alongside Zagadou and Lindelof in front of Kepa. Dalot and Christensen keep their places at wing back. Rice, Camavinga and Reece in midfield. Abraham and Sesko up front. The last game we didn't play particularly well, but we're going to give the boys a chance to go out there. I believe this is our best 11, certainly, in the way they've been performing so far this season. So let's see if they can go and get us a result against a tough side in Juventus. You can see the Juventus side here in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Odsonne Edouard, Moise Kean, Kulusevski, Chiesa, Locatelli playing in midfield there. I think we're good enough to beat them though. So let's see if we can do it as we step out there. Juventus in their black, we are in our red, and let's see how we get on. There's an early chance. Moise Kean was dispossessed there. Reset forward to Sesko and Abraham, and back to Sesko. Can we go ahead? Goodness me, Sesko. Need to find your shooting boots. Especially with a chance as simple as that. Hit the target, it's all you've got to do. But he blazes it wide. Free kick for ourselves here. Romagnoli will take it. It's over to Zagadou and Rice. And Reece now out to Dalot, who's in some space on the right hand side. Finds Abraham. Sesko finishes this time. Yes, he does. Fantastic from Sesko. He listened to me. I just said hit the target. That's what he did. He got it by the goalkeeper. And we lead 1-0. Nice passing football from us. Dalot dragging the defender out wide. Abraham dropping deep. Finds Sesko. And he tucks that in the side netting past Szczesny, and we lead 1-0 at this moment in time. Throw in deep in our own half from Dalot. Finds Rice. He plays the ball all the way back to Kepa. And now Romagnoli. And back into Rice now. And Lindelof. And Reece. We're playing the ball very dangerously deep in our own half here. Lindelof with it. Launches it long. Dalot onto Abraham. And Abraham down to Reece now. We've moved it forward. We're on the halfway line. Beyond it now. Sesko gets challenged by De Ligt. But Dalot gets the ball back. He finds Abraham. Can he finish? Yes, he can. And we are leading 2-0 here. I thought he might have squared that to Sesko. Sesko looked like he was going to have the easier chance. But Abraham tucked it in himself there. We lead 2-0. It's a good chance from De Ligt. But Dalot gets it, comes forward, threads it through for Abraham. I thought he played it to Sesko, but he tucked it under the goalkeeper. And we lead 2-0 here. Thanks to goals from Sesko and Abraham. Our front two doing the business for us today. But there's a chance just before half-time. The ball thrown into Chiesa. Locatelli with it now. He hits it from the edge of the box. It's just wide of the goal. Chance for Juventus there, but we're keeping them from long range. That is always a positive. And there's 2 minutes added time, and we've reached half-time, and we lead 2-0. And all in all, a good performance from us so far. The second half begins. The first highlight, the ball swung in, and Kulusevski heads it in from the free kick. They're going to be checking VAR, though, to see if we have managed to catch them offside. And did we have? Let's see this from the free kick. Kulusevski was offside. He has. He's wandered into the offside position. He's about a good yard and a half offside there. And we still hold on to a 2-0 victory with half an hour to go. And I think we'll bring on some fresh legs in the middle of the field. Look at this. Declan Rice playing poorly. We'll bring on Weston McKennie for him. And Christensen's playing poorly as well. We'll bring on Johansson to play for him. And that left wing back role just with 25 minutes to go. And we're going to say, Just calm down, boys. Give them instructions. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to shout at them and just say, calm down, boys. We're going to do it. We're going to get there. There's 10 minutes to go. Pellegrini can come on for Camavinga. The time is ticking down and we're holding on to this 2-0 victory. And it looks like we are going to be victorious here. 3 minutes added time. No more highlights. And we win the game against Juventus 2-0. What a victory. So that result takes us to within 1 point of the top of the table. Yes, Inter Milan have not played their game yet. So it could be 3 points, but it's very, very tight, this title battle. A bit of a gap forming now after we beat Juventus there. Maybe they'll close that back up. But yeah, very tight between ourselves and the Milan clubs. So looking at the schedule, I'm just trying to think when we might come back. It's probably not going to be for the Italian Cup third round, but it might be for the quarter-final if we get to that. That normally appears at some point in the start of February, so we might have that alongside Atlanta or Napoli, who knows. And then the episode after that, we'll have the Europa League knockout round, first leg and second leg in that first knockout round against Rennes. So if you have enjoyed this episode, 2 very, very good results. Perhaps not brilliant, as a 0-0 draw against Milan was disappointing, but a 2-0 victory against Juventus was outstanding, and it leaves us just a point off the top of the table. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You don't want to miss this. We're just halfway through the season now, and look at that. 3-horse race. Maybe even 4 if you include Juventus in there. And until the next one, which will probably be the Italian Cup quarter-final. If we get to it, we'll see you then.